All right, let's dive into a story that's unfolding in Hollywood right now, and it's all about a brand new star who is seriously shaking things up. The crazy part? This star isn't even human.
And no, this isn't just a gimmick. It's a real question that makes you rethink what an actor even is. I mean, what happens when that performance you're watching, the one making you feel something, wasn't created by a person at all?
So, at the very heart of this whole firestorm is one specific AI character. Her name is Tilly Norwood. And to really get this debate, you have to first understand who, or well, what, she really is.
So, back in 2025, Tilly Norwood pops onto the scene. And believe me, this wasn't just some new character reveal. For a lot of people, this felt like the beginning of a totally new and pretty scary era for the entire film industry.
Okay, so what in the world is an AI actor? Well, it's not a robot on set, and it's not just fancy CGI laid over a real person. We're talking about a performer that's built from the ground up entirely out of code. Its expressions, its movements, how it delivers its lines, it's all generated by some seriously complex algorithms.
So Tilly's creators, right? They're an AI group inside a UK production company. And they swear she was meant to be an artistic expression, an experiment, not some plan to replace human actors. Her first gig was in a little comedy sketch. But here's the key thing to get. They call her a digital figurine. That means she has no body, no actor in a motion capture suit. She is, literally, just pure code.
As you can probably guess, the arrival of a performer like Tilly has pretty much split the entire industry right down the middle. On one side, you've got the optimists, the tech folks, the creators, the executives, who see this as a game changer, not a threat.
For them, this is just the next logical step. They argue that, just like when movies went from silent to having sound, or from using miniatures to using CGI, AI is just another tool. A tool meant to boost human creativity, not get rid of it.
And you can totally see why they're excited. I mean, imagine a writer who's stuck, and an AI gives them a dozen fresh plot ideas. Or a director who can see a crazy action sequence come to life in minutes, not weeks. Boring editing jobs get automated. It all points to making movies faster, more efficiently, and a whole lot cheaper.
And that efficiency could cause a massive ripple effect. If it costs way less to make a film, suddenly smaller studios and new directors have a real shot. From a business angle, AI could predict what audiences will love. And a virtual star like Tilly? She never gets older, never calls in sick, and has zero travel expenses.
But, and this is a big but, not everyone is buying it. For every person celebrating this new tech, there's a huge pushback from people who believe that film, at its very core, is about the human experience, something they argue a machine can never, ever truly understand.
So, this is the conflict right here. Is AI this brilliant new paintbrush that's going to help us create masterpieces we can't even dream of? Or is it a machine that cheapens the art, threatens jobs, and cuts that essential emotional cord that connects us to stories in the first place?
This whole debate went from a what-if conversation to a full-on crisis for one simple reason. Tilly's creators started talking to a talent agency. They wanted to get her real acting jobs. All of a sudden, this wasn't some abstract threat anymore. Tilly was about to start auditioning.
That move set off an immediate firestorm. You had major actors speaking out. Emily Blunt, for example, talked about her fears of an erosion of artistic integrity. She's basically saying that real acting comes from a shared human connection, something that lines of code just can't fake. And right after that, the actors' union, SAG-AFTRA, made their position crystal clear. They put out a statement saying that creativity is and should remain human-centered. This wasn't just some memo. It was them drawing a line in the sand. It set the stage for a huge fight over the very soul of Hollywood.
And it's so important to understand that this isn't just about replacing actors. This technology is on track to change every single part of how movies get made, from the first little idea someone has, all the way to the final edit. So what's pushing this forward so fast? Well, what do you think? Money. It always comes down to money. The market for AI-generated video is expected to hit $2.6 billion in less than a decade. With that kind of cash involved, this tech isn't just an experiment anymore. It's becoming an inevitability.
So here's what this new process might look like. An AI spits out new plot ideas for writers. It instantly creates concept art for directors. It can even predict if an audience will hate the ending before you've even shot a single frame. This changes not just how movies are made, but which movies get the green light.
And all of this, it opens up a total Pandora's box of really tricky ethical and legal problems. If an AI gives an award-winning performance, who owns it? What's to stop someone from making a digital clone of an actor without their permission? And the biggest question of all, can we, as an audience, ever really connect with a performer that doesn't have a soul?
So where does all this leave us? The truth is, the story of AI in Hollywood is nowhere near finished. In fact, you could say the industry is living through the messy, confusing second act right now.
Tilly Norwood might have started out as just a character in a sketch, but now she's become something way bigger. She's a symbol of a massive choice that's going to define the future of entertainment for all of us.
It really feels like we're at a fork in the road. One path leads to a future where humans and AI work together, using these incredible tools to make art we can't even imagine yet. The other path, well, it leads to a world where our screens are just flooded with stuff made by algorithms, designed to be addictive, but ultimately kind of hollow.
And so the question that we're all left with is this. Is this new tech going to be a partner that helps human artists reach new heights, or is it going to become a replacement that just makes them obsolete? For now, the script is still being written, and the future of storytelling, it's still in our hands.